Everyone, this is Father Mike Chenier from St. Joseph Catholic Church. This is a video for the parishioners of my parish. It's kind of inside baseball. It's an update about buildings and grounds here at the parish. So you know, we are looking at hiring a new maintenance man, so part-time position. So if you know anyone who might be good for that position, please send them my way. I want to give you a whirlwind tour of kind of some of the needs of the parish that you might not be aware of. I'm going to kind of dive into different projects, and hopefully you might be willing to take one. The first thing we're going to be working on is the fountain. This fountain out front is broken beyond repair. We're going to be starting that this Friday. I think Phil Haggerty is going to be spearheading that. Brian Evo is lending us a trailer, and the college guys are going to be breaking up the concrete. We're going to be building a taller waterfall for this section. You can see here some faded plexiglass windows. I've seen a better day. And up above here are some gutters that need to be cleaned. And if you look over here, this gutter in the middle empties down into a kind of a basin. And when that basin underground overflows, it floods the tunnel underneath the church. This has been a recurring problem. So Bob St. Peter is going to be working on this, but we could use a hand kind of cleaning up the mess that is down in these tunnels. And Bob also has a plan for drainage. But yeah, we might need a hand with this project. You can see here the kitchen windows outside the parish kitchen just need to be cleaned up a bit. Here's the dumpster enclosure. You can see the door has been damaged. It probably worked better to have two doors, and open in the middle, and probably be surrounded on all four sides. We've had a problem with a lot of people committing dumpster fraud here. And you can see that they even pulled the cable out. They vandalized it. Probably shouldn't be advertising that, but there's a wall that needs to be power washed. And here, this section of the yard, you can see we have a hose spigot that I'd like to keep water running to this part of the yard, but put that underground, put the faucet underground and box it in and put a lid on it. Here's this bit is electrical, and they used to house a light that would light up the statue, and it needs to be buried and capped. This section of lawn, the grass didn't take where there used to be pavers. This section of lawn was torn up by the snow plows. It is every winter. And this section of parking lot, I don't really know what needs to happen here, but if you have any ideas, I'd be very grateful. There's a sad little nut tree that just needs to be propped up and staked. This is a stump that needs to be ground up, removed. There's another stump. This section of the wall needs to be power washed. This is a tattered relic of the 60s, this breezeway next to the rectory. And if you look above, this section holding up the awning, this wood is actually rotten, and you can't even fasten that ceiling up. There's a section of the roof that's causing an ice dam in the rectory, and that causes a leak here. That's what that looks like from the inside. There's a big bucket that we keep under this section of the ceiling. Here's a window that was replaced a couple summers ago. This is one of the new windows, but unfortunately there was a leak last summer, and the contractor who installed it would not stand by his work. He wouldn't come and fix it. So there's a piece of the window that's missing here. It needs a kind of a lip. You can just see that we need a hand cleaning up some places like this around the parish. Just don't have anyone for that right now. This section, the entryway, I'm hoping to put up a sign to indicate this is where the parish offices are. This sign actually was donated, a very nice donation. This needs to be, I think, sealed, or I don't know what at this point. It's kind of far down, and you can see this needs to be cleaned up. And this is the parish faith formation building. You can see the soffits are pretty insufficient. Or if you walk over here, this is the stairs leading into the upper rooms where the college resident employees live. It needs to be cleaned up or sealed as well. And if you go in here, this is the south entrance of the church. There's a crash bar that needs to be replaced. It's been like this for a couple of years. You can see next to my head there the duct tape kind of holding it together. This literature rack I'm hoping to remove. This plaque I'm hoping to put with all the other plaques in the south section of the hallway, and replace that sign with a better one that says O'Callahan Hall. This high middle bank of lights in the church isn't working, and nor are these spotlights. And the switch to those spotlights is right here. On this south wall of the church, you can see we have some water damage. It's been like this for a while. And there's also water coming in this section of the roof as well, above the fake PVC organ pipes that we have there. This is a speaker wire that's not being used anymore, I gather. And this is a broken window here in the parish. This is what those faded plexiglass windows look like from the other side. And this nook, I'm hoping to use for storage, for overflow seating, for chairs. And, put some racks on the wall. Actually, these chairs, which we're storing right now out in the open in the parish hall. So it'd be nice to tuck them away. Hoping to remove these two from the wall and clean up the brick where it's stained by smoke, and the counterparts, which match it on the other side of the church here. You can see right there. This is the entryway to the church. I'd love to fur out these walls or put stucco or something more attractive. This is a first impression of the parish. So it'd be nice to clean this area up as well if we can. This is the confessional. Just needs a fresh coat of paint. The walls are pretty beat up and dirty at this point. This cable is linked to the system for the hard of hearing, and right now we have it externally wired and held together with duct tape. I'd really like to drill a hole through the brick and go straight through so that we don't have to go around like this. This entryway has been cleaned up since you've last been here. One last step that I'd like to do is, you can see we have 3 different kinds of light fixtures in this little area. It'd be nice to make it uniform and updated if we're able to. That is asbestos ceiling though, so I don't know if it's possible to even touch it. This is our food pantry. We're open Tuesdays, 1:30 to 3. If you know anyone who needs a hand, we're happy to help them out. We run our food pantry out of a stairwell. And let's see, down here are the boilers. We were having issues with the boilers. We had an inspector come last week. He said there was a leak of some kind. And this box on the wall, I believe, is the regulator. And there was something in there that was broken as well and needed some attention. It was wonky all winter. This carpeting in the office is just been cleaned by a carpet cleaner. When you walk in here, you can't tell from this footage, but it's actually pretty filthy and not able to be cleaned. Just needs to be replaced. Those are those kitchen windows from what they look like from the inside. One of these 2 pianos is the one on the left is going to I'm going to give away. So if anyone wants a piano, let me know. The one on the right there, we're going to bring to the school. These are the bathroom windows in ill repair off of the parish hall. And you can see these bathrooms need to be updated. I'd love to put some vanities on there and hide these exposed pipes and just make them more presentable. This is the atrium where we have our preschool program. This set of doors and these windows on the left there, these are actually interior doors that used to go to the school. If you look from the right angle, you can see right outside. So these have needed to be replaced for a long time since that school was torn down. Again, these are interior doors. We need exterior doors. This is our asbestos tiled parish hall with a leaky suspended ceiling here. Our candy cane wall. This is the basement of the Faith Formation Center. This is where the 8th grade classroom is, the youth room. We might use this for high school this fall. You can see it just needs some TLC. This is the back room, storage room, and this is the workshop. This used to be all storage, and now it's functional. It's able to be used. So in this section of the lawn, I'm hoping to build a shed. We need one more shed, one for summer stuff, one for winter stuff. These 2 urns, looking for a home. If anyone wants them, you can have them. We don't need them. Hoping to clean up the chimney there, probably power wash it. This is the rectory. You can see we just have plaster on the walls from a project a while ago and kind of some scuff marks. If anyone's willing to give me a hand painting, it'd be greatly appreciated. This bathroom, I actually have a scrap of linoleum that we could use for that floor to update it. And the rubber molding like this is pretty typical. And bathtub that can't be scrubbed clean. It's kind of past the point of being able to be cleaned up. Very old carpeting. I don't know, at least from the 80s, probably the 70s. Some holes in the wall like this need to be patched. Rubber molding that's falling apart. And here's a closet in the offices that needs a door. This is more of a want than a need, but I would love to update the lighting in this kitchen. It's institutional. It'd be nice to have something warmer. So anyway, if you're willing to possibly dive in and take one of those projects off of our list, it's greatly appreciated. If you're willing, just shoot an email to fathermikechenier@gmail.com. I could really use a hand with prioritizing that list, pricing things out, maybe making a timeline, maybe divvying up tasks amongst those who are willing to help out. Right now, it's kind of bottlenecking with me. I could really use a hand if you're willing. It's greatly appreciated. I'm looking forward to seeing you back in church. I invite you to come back and know that I miss you, and we've been praying for you every day here at the parish. And looking forward to getting things more back to normal. All right, God bless you.